All right, so get ready because today we're diving into Prague.
Ooh, Prague.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a really interesting mix to work with this time, some classic travel guide stuff, but also some historical stuff.
Well, it's a city with layers, that's for sure.
It really seems like it. I feel like we're about to go beyond the whole fairy tale city image and really uncover something special.
Oh, you absolutely are. Prague is one of those places that just exceeds your expectations.
I love that.
It unfolds slowly, revealing its history and its charm kind of piece by piece.
So, okay, I want to try something.
Okay.
Imagine you're walking through Prague for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
What's the first thing that hits you?
The spires.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Tell me more about that.
Everywhere you look, they just pierce the skyline.
Is that how it gets that name, the city of 100 spires?
Exactly.
Wait, 100. Is there any truth to that number, or is that just like a marketing thing?
It's definitely an exaggeration.
Yeah.
But it gets the point across. You can't escape them. And they all have these unique stories to tell.
So it's not just the number, it's the variety, right?
Absolutely. You've got these soaring Gothic spires reaching for the heavens.
Right.
Then you have these perfect Renaissance domes kind of speaking to humanism.
Oh, interesting.
And then, of course, you have those elaborate Baroque towers.
Wow. So each architectural style is like a clue to a different chapter in Prague's history.
Precisely.
I love it. Okay. So we can't talk about Prague's history without talking about Prague Castle.
Of course not.
Your sources mentioned it's the largest ancient castle in the world.
It's really unbelievable until you see it for yourself.
What's it like to walk through a place that massive, knowing it's seen so much history?
It's almost like stepping into a different world. You go through these grand gates and suddenly you're not just in a castle, you're in this sprawling complex. It's like a city within a city. You've got St. Vitus Cathedral, just this masterpiece of Gothic architecture. The light streaming through those stained glass windows, it's breathtaking.
Okay, you had me at stained glass. That's going on the must-see list.
And then there's the old royal palace,
Yeah.
You can practically feel the presence of all those Bohemian kings and emperors.
Oh, wow.
Walking through those halls. It's amazing to think about the decisions that were made there, shaping not just Prague's history, but Europe's.
Right, that's two for the history buffs listening.
Right.
But we need some balance, right? Something a little more, shall we say, tranquil?
Oh, well, in that case, you have to see the gardens at Prague Castle.
Okay, paint me a picture. Are we talking manicured hedges or something a little more wild?
Well, the gardens themselves are stunning, don't get me wrong, but the real magic is the view.
Okay.
Imagine this. You're surrounded by all these flowers in bloom,
Yeah.
and as you look out, you see all of Prague. Those red rooftops stretching out,
Wow.
the spires creating that unforgettable skyline, and the Vltava River just winding its way through it all.
Oh, wow.
It's incredible.
That sounds incredible.
It really makes you want to just stop and soak it all in.
It sounds like it. Okay, so from the castle, I think we have to talk about the Charles Bridge.
Oh, of course.
It's one of those landmarks that just screams Prague.
It really is.
But I gotta be honest, in my head, it's just, it's a bridge.
Right.
What am I missing here? What makes it so special?
It's more than just a bridge.
Okay.
It's like walking across it is a journey through time.
Right.
Imagine you're on this bridge. Right below you, you've got the Vltava River.
Yeah.
And all around you are these incredible Baroque statues of saints.
Wait, how many statues are we talking?
30.
30 statues. That's like a whole parade.
I know. And they each have their own story to tell. Different saints, historical figures.
Huh.
But it's not just the statues. I mean, for centuries, the Charles Bridge was a major, major route.
Really?
Think about it. Emperors crossed that bridge. Merchants, artists, pilgrims probably, all leaving their mark on Prague's history.
Wow, so you're really walking in the footsteps of emperors. That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Okay, let's jump to another spot that screams Prague. Old Town Square and that astronomical clock.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know this clock is a big deal, but I'm not going to lie, I don't really get clocks. It tells time. What's the big deal with this one?
Okay, so it does tell time.
Okay.
But this is no ordinary clock. This thing was built in the 1400s.
Really?
It's this amazing blend of art and science, really. And every hour on the hour,
Yeah.
the clock face comes alive. Like there's this whole mechanical performance.
I've seen the videos. It's really something.
Right. The apostles parade by. There's a skeleton ringing a bell. It's all very Very dramatic. And, it wasn't just designed to tell time. It was built to reflect their whole understanding of the universe. So it also tracks the positions of the sun and the moon, the signs of the zodiac. It's wild.
So it's not just telling you what time it is, it's telling you where you are in, like, the grand scheme of things.
Exactly. It's incredible.
We keep seeing this theme, right? This city is full of these layers, like these hidden depths.
Yeah.
Which leads us to, I think, our next stop, the Jewish Quarter, or Husafov.
Yes.
It's a place that's definitely seen some things over the centuries.
It really has. The Jewish Quarter is a powerful reminder of resilience.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine facing centuries of hardship and still leaving this legacy behind, you know? A legacy of culture, of faith. It's amazing.
One place that our sources really focus on is the Old Jewish Cemetery. What makes it so special?
It's unlike any other cemetery I've ever seen. The tombstones are just everywhere. They're layered on top of each other.
Wow.
It's because it was used for so long, you see. And these tombstones have been weathered by centuries of, well, everything. And each one has a story etched into it, whispering about the past.
This sounds like a powerful place.
It is. And if you really want to dive deep into Prague's Jewish history, you have to visit the Jewish Museum.
Oh, right. What's there?
They have this incredible collection of artifacts, everyday objects, manuscripts, photographs. It's a powerful glimpse into the past.
Okay, and I know we can't talk about the Jewish Quarter without talking about the Spanish synagogue.
Yes.
One of your sources mentioned its Moorish architecture, which feels like a really interesting contrast, right?
It's beautiful. And it really highlights the diversity of Prague. You go in, and it's like you've stepped into another world entirely. Those intricate geometric designs, the vibrant colors.
Yeah.
It reminds you that Prague has always been this crossroads of cultures.
Speaking of crossroads, one of your sources mentions an event called the Defenestration of Prague.
Oh, yes.
Which I have to ask, is that what it sounds like?
It is. Back in 1618, a couple Catholic officials were, well, thrown out of a window.
Thrown out a window. Okay, first of all,
Yeah.
ouch.
Yeah.
But second, help me with the history here. How does throwing some guys out a window start a war?
Well, it wasn't just any window, and it wasn't just some guys. This was in Prague Castle. And the guys, they were powerful officials. And this event, as crazy as it sounds, ended up being a catalyst for the 30 Years' War, one of the most destructive conflicts in European history. It really exposed all these tensions that had been building up for years.
Okay, so maybe not a great day for those officials or, Europe in general.
Right.
But on a lighter note, I think we have to talk about something a little more palatable.
Oh.
Because we can't talk about Prague without talking about the beer.
We can't. It's practically a national treasure.
I know. All right, so for our listeners who haven't had the pleasure, what's so special about Czech beer? Give us the rundown.
Well, for starters, they've been brewing it there for centuries. Like, they take their beer seriously.
I respect that.
And you can find any kind of beer you can imagine, from light and crisp pilsners to those darker, richer lagers.
Oh, man, I love a good lager.
Oh, me too. And the best part is you can enjoy it in these amazing pubs, many of which have been around for centuries.
Oh, man. Now you're speaking my language.
I know, right?
But for those of our listeners who may not be as enthusiastic about beer as we clearly are, what else does Prague have to offer in the food department? What else should we be trying?
Oh, Czech cuisine is amazing.
Yeah.
It's perfect comfort food, hearty and full of flavor. You have to try the goulash.
Oh, goulash, yeah.
It's a rich, meaty stew, perfect for a chilly evening.
I'm getting hungry.
Or how about svíčková?
What's that?
Oh, it's incredible. It's like this melt-in-your-mouth beef in this creamy sauce.
Oh, man.
Usually served with dumplings. Oh, and you can't forget to try tridelnik.
Okay, what is that?
It's this warm, doughy pastry. They grill it over open flames, so it's got this amazing crispy outside. And then they sprinkle it with cinnamon sugar.
Oh, my God.
You can smell it everywhere in Prague.
I bet. Okay, turtleneck it is. But for now, I think we need to switch gears a little bit. We've wandered through the streets, we've explored the history, we've eaten all the food.
All the food.
Now it's time to experience the city after dark. What's the vibe like in Prague at night?
Oh, it's completely different at night.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
It's like this magical transformation. All those cobblestone streets, they're bathed in this warm glow from the streetlights. And then you see the Charles Bridge reflected in the water.
Yeah.
And Prague Castle all lit up against the sky. It's like something out of a fairy tale, honestly.
Oh, I bet. Okay, so that sounds undeniably romantic.
Oh, it is.
But what about if you're not looking for a romantic stroll? What's the nightlife scene like?
Oh, Prague has it all. Whatever you're into, you can find it. You could find yourself in some cozy little pub, right?
Yeah, I could see that.
The air is just thick with the smell of hops.
Oh, I love that.
And you're rubbing shoulders with the locals, enjoying some of that amazing Czech beer we were talking about.
That sounds perfect, actually.
Or maybe you're more in the mood for some live music.
Oh, yeah.
Prague has some great jazz clubs, like down in these old cellars, you know?
Oh, wow.
So cool.
So we've got history, architecture, food, drinks, nightlife. Is there anything this city doesn't have?
You know, that's what I love about Prague. It has something for everyone.
It really sounds like it.
But if I could give one piece of advice to anyone traveling there, it would be this. Get lost.
Get lost. Like, ditch the map and just wander.
Exactly. Put away the itinerary and just let Prague surprise you. You never know what you'll find.
What do you mean?
Well, you might stumble on some hidden courtyard, or a cool little shop, or maybe you'll find some charming cafe tucked away on a quiet street just waiting to be discovered.
I love that.
Those are the moments that make Prague so special.
It's like you're saying the best souvenirs are the unexpected moments.
Exactly. Prague is a city that begs you to just slow down and savor the moment, you know?
Yeah.
To embrace the joy of discovery.
I love that. Well, I think it's safe to say that after today's deep dive, I am ready to book a flight to Prague.
You won't regret it.
From the spires, to the beer halls, to those echoes of history you can practically hear in the streets, it sounds like a truly incredible city.
It is. It really is. It's one of those places that just stays with you, you know? And it'll keep calling you back.
I can see that.
I bet.
Well, there you have it. Your very own curated glimpse of Prague. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive, and who knows, maybe we've inspired you to discover the magic of Prague for yourself.